What's up, guys? Let's get the website going. Boom. Boom. Hello, 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 hello. I still don't feel amazing. I'm pretty drained. But I had a really bad headache yesterday. And I slept most of the day. But I'll be good. I did a little too much. I'll be good. So yeah, we've been kind of watching Bitcoin like toe this line after the initial spike up and then the little coming down when we saw them pumping Tether, and then it came back up, and it's just been, I mean, that's why I'm saying calm before the storm. I have a feeling this thing is going to do this for a couple more like days, just testing the like 38/36 floor, 39, 37, 36, like it'll probably do a couple more down to like 36, and then I think we're gonna go back into the bullish run because it's pretty strong right there. If it just keeps testing this a couple more times for a couple more days, maybe a week, I think we could see an interesting little bull run. Because you know what I've said about this horizontal movement. So let's see if it keeps at that 36 floor. We should be good for a nice little run. And Tether's still down a decent amount today. I mean, it's at 52, which isn't too bad. As long as it doesn't go over the market cap, it doesn't look too scary, right? It doesn't look like too much is going on with it. Like they're not pumping it too much. So we're okay right now. We still got Doge down a little bit. Bitcoin's down a little bit. BNB. I mean, because we came down off of being at 40K. So it's at 39.8, which is really barely down. So not too bad. We're still sitting at the $1.56 trillion mark instead of the 1.24 where we were at last week. So that's not bad at all. I think AMP just passed crypto.com for Crow. I think it just moved up a spot. It's doing good. It's at 6% right today. Got no problems with that. Sheep is going down a lot more, but it's still hanging on to 40s. Harmony One's starting to come back up too, which is good. And this one has been doing some interesting movement. So somebody was talking to me about this in a space last night because I couldn't sleep because I had slept all day. Connected, autograph day, smart contract platform, revised, decentralized, yes. Interesting. Text a new scratch build consensus mechanism to facilitate DeFi related services on the basis of smart contracts. Yes. Proof of stake, algorithm based platform. It's matching Ethereum. The project appeals to developers looking to deploy decentralized solutions according to its official lecture. Its mission is to grant capability between all transaction bodies around the world. Yeah, it's at 24 cents. And it's a ERC20 token. Interesting. Some of these projects are like doing good, and some of them are like, not. I don't know. I want to check it out. Someone was telling me about it, so. They were looking for like the next big thing. They're like, have you checked out Fandom? I was like, alright, yeah, I'll check it out. Yeah, there's some interesting. Telcoin's been doing really good. That thing's up big time right now. Coming back into this upswing. It came up decent amount from the bear market we were in. I know some people that have a lot of Telcoin. I never got in on it, but you could have got in cheap a couple months ago. Super cheap. So that's the thing. How's everybody doing? Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. I don't know why I'm not seeing the actual chat. There we go. I see Manny. What's going on, Manny? I see Plaza. Why is the multi-stream chat not working for me? That's fucking super. Alright, well, I guess we're just twitching it up, okay? Yeah, I agree. I feel like a big spike is pretty imminent. I mean, you can just see it in the horizontal movement of Bitcoin, right? We're going to see some cool stuff. Plus, we've got this from 3 hours ago. They're doubling down, getting into crypto. I know technically we don't want it, but look, it's going to happen, so we just got to accept it. It just needs to be in a positive manner, right? So, I'm not upset about it. We knew this was coming. So, Bank of America and Street. Yeah, they're getting involved. As long as we see this this volume stay low for a couple days, I think we're going to see some really good things. I don't know why the multi-stream is not working. That's actually really frustrating. How you doing, Plaza? Thank you for the kind words this morning. Sir, I do appreciate it, always. It was very, very kind of you. And yes, we could all use positive vibes. All the time. I'm good, I just kind of burnt the candle at both ends and hung out with a friend and got really, really tired. Yeah, I did see that too, Manny, what you were posting. It's all kinds of crazy, right? It's all kinds of crazy. I think we're going to see some awesome stuff, though, coming up very soon here. Aave is a pretty interesting projects to borrow on land. This is kind of doing what AMP's doing. Yeah, AMP's doing good, man. So Aave is the same concept as what AMP is, but it's really up there. It's been doing good. It's also for gaming and stuff. But yeah, it's doing good. It's up almost 7% today. That's what's keeping my portfolio looking pretty decent, I'll say. Yeah, Tether has been at like 1.01 for like 2 days now. So they're really pumping it. But whatever. Okay. Yes, I am ready for the quantum financial system. It's already in operation. Already in operation. It's just a matter of time until people start seeing it coming into effect and certain credits being wiped out, or not wiped out, but zeroed out, and some good stuff coming from it. It's gonna be a bumpy ride, though. Trust me. We're gonna go through it. It's expected, you know. I can't answer that question on here. I will say this. I've been a researcher for 25 years, okay? I'm very aware of all of it. Very, 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 very aware. And we've talked about some interesting stuff on this channel. We got to keep it, you know, somewhat in control. I can't say that. Look, there's a lot of stuff going on. Like, I was talking in a space yesterday with some people about like Agartha and like the inner earth and stuff, and that stuff was getting really interesting. Because people started like researching it, and it was like we started going down the major rabbit hole. I was like, okay, this is happening right now. So, yeah. Nice, yeah. I mean, you know, you gotta do your research and take everything with a grain of salt. There's a lot of disinformation out there, man. Lots of disinformation out there. So you gotta be careful with the information that you take in, you know. Research it, mold around in your head, make sure it seems like something legit, and then from there, you know, you can branch out. But yeah. So I think I actually just saw Tether going down a little bit, which is interesting in the volume. Huh. No, I get it. Like, I gotta be careful. You have to understand both of these platforms, you gotta really be careful what you say on it. Certain keywords will get me zapped off it, so I gotta toe that line, you know. I've talked about it a lot in the past, so yeah. But yeah, the quantum financial system supposedly has been up and running for a couple months now. It's just fully being integrated into the system. I knew that the Fed was shutting down and that eventually, you know, the IRS and the Fed people are going to be transferred into the Treasury Department for the U.S. It's just not being publicly announced yet. But the Fed shutting down has been. People can go research that. That's not hard to find. And that they're coming out with, you know, a currency that is gold back standard. Yeah, you gotta be careful with that. Gambling is like really frowned upon on this platform, on Twitch for sure. YouTube, you can get away with it a little bit more, but you gotta be careful. And it would be, you would have to be like hold it strictly to, you know, the proper age viewers, right? You wouldn't want like 10-year-olds coming in and learning about gambling. That'd be very bad. So, just gotta be careful, you know? I was gonna look and see if this talks about the halving on here. Yeah, I know they do. But they usually get demonetized on YouTube. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they do. But you'll get away with it more on YouTube than you would on Twitch. I'm just telling you that. There's like that fine line that you gotta toe. You can get away with it. Like I've seen people doing like coin pusher slots, blackjack, stuff like that. You can get away with that on on YouTube pretty easily. Not on Twitch. Their TOS it's gotten a little bit more laxed, but it's still not the easiest thing. You know? I mean, you can technically do whatever the hell you want, but if they shut you down, you'll know why, right? And usually the only way you get shut down is if you offend somebody or piss people off, then they'll come in and try to shut you down. That's why, like, you got to toe the line, right? Well, if you're talking about Doge, Sergeant Fun Size, it's because it's being shorted. There's a group of people that are shorting it, so they do their best right now to keep it low. It's gonna be fine. It'll get back up. I'm not too worried about it. Like you can see when it went almost back down exactly where it was after the spike, right? So look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin only went halfway down of its massive spike that it had, right? Where Doge went all the way down. So yeah. So when the shorting eventually stops, like you still understand that we haven't changed. We've been about 19-20 cents since the 21st, you know? And even when that first initial spike happened and then the secondary from Bitcoin, they shorted it again back down. So they lose money the higher it goes. And eventually they're going to realize they're not going to be able to stop it, and then it's going to shoot up, and then they're going to have to buy back in. So that's on them. If they want to play that game, that's a stupid game to play. But right now they're sort of winning at it, but not really, right? So it is what it is. But the fact that Bitcoin is like riding this solid 39, 40K train is really good right now. And like if we get a couple more dips, you know, like if it just constantly keeps like coming down and like testing this 36 level and then going up and then going straight and then testing this 36 level and then going up and going straight, we could see a huge bull run coming within like a week or possibly week or two, right? If it starts spiking up to like 44K, then it may happen earlier. But I think we're going to test this area a couple times, possibly between like 36 and 37, maybe 38. Just constantly go back and forth for a while. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But anytime we see the horizontal movement like this, we know something big's coming. Pretty much always. And yeah, the volume hasn't been super crazy in Tether today, so it's actually going down from the 24-hour cycle. So that means that they're not pulling a lot out and putting it in. So it's going to stay pretty normal right now. When you see it going down at like this time, that means the 24-hour cycle is ending, and it's actually they're not putting anything in at all right now. So that is a-okay in my book. Because when they start shorting it, like with Bitcoin, they'll pull out and they'll put it in Tether, and you'll see Tether's volume like skyrocket way above the market cap. So I think we're good right now. That's what happened a couple days ago. It went up to like 92, 93 billion, which is crazy. The only time I've ever seen it higher is when they were shorting the shit out of Doge and they were putting it all into Tether, but they've gotten it like to $101 billion. I was like, wow, they really, really, really are trying to screw us over. But it's fine. It's not going to work. Not too worried about it. Let's see if we can pop up and see where good old AMC is at. It's been doing pretty good today. It was testing the 40 mark earlier. It was at 40.06. Now we're kind of sitting at 39.12, but we're still at the $39 mark. It's still good. Let's see. And at least on my exchange, it's in the green. And there looks like there's more buy orders than sell orders big time on level 2. Pretty big ones too. Up in the like 9 and 6 and 7K area. So yeah, there's way more buy orders coming in than sell. 2,000, 3,000, 1,000, 2,000. Yeah, there's some big buy orders coming in. So not too worried about that, but it is a thing to pay attention to. But you're welcome, you know, for the information. I try to give out the best information I can. I'm not going to sugarcoat stuff, but I also have a really strong belief that crypto is going to do really, really good in the future. Like, it's already doing good, right? Like, just look at the year to date on Doge, right? Like, this is where we were February, January. So January 1st, we're at 0.00409, okay? January 1st of this year. Just think about that. 7.5 months ago or so. And all of this year has just been up to 73 cents on this chart. And then we came back down with the bear market and all the information and, you know, the pulling of the Bitcoin and all that, you know, all that stuff. But this is just this year. That's huge, right? That's massive. So that's why we're still up big time. Yes, we're much higher, but the fact that we're sitting at 20 cents right now is insane. You know? So that's that golden saying, right? With crypto, when in doubt, zoom out. Same thing with Bitcoin. This is this year. So January 1st, right here, right? Look at that. $8,002 is what Bitcoin was on January 1st. Oh wait, that's 20. My bad. Hold on. That's still crazy. That was I'm a little off here. My bad. December. Okay, yeah, because we were higher than that. We were like 18, 20. I was like, wait a minute, what? Okay, so January 1st. Yeah, we're in the 20 range. There it is right there. Get it back. Just think about that. January 1st of 2020, it was at 8,000. We are at 25, riding that nice bear market or bull market, and we came up to that nice peak, and then it came back down. That's when everything shot up. And then just this year, I mean, like, for the overall like span of Bitcoin, holy shit, like we're still really doing good. The fact that we're sitting at 39, where, you know, January 1st is at 23. 27, sorry. But even like within days, look at that. This is second, fourth, fifth, sixth. It went all the way up to about 40K. I remember that. And then it started coming back down. And then we had that little bear market where it came back down to 29 or so. And then boom, rode it back up really quick. Went to 57, came back down to 45 around. And then we went back up to the 60s. And then it came down a little bit. And then that's when we hit that peak of 64.5. That's crazy, right? That's all this year. Right here to here is all this year. And if you just go back and like the history of it, like at the peak here, 19, right? Came back down a lot. This is like 18. This was the big bear market of 18. Coming back around, start coming back up, went up to about 13, came back down. And then we're looking at COVID right here. This is the COVID. November, this is when COVID was, we were learning about it in other countries, and then the lockdowns happened in March. March right here, this is when the lockdowns happened for COVID, and then boom, immediately like tanked down. Yeah. And then it just kind of constantly cruised. Yeah. So, I mean, you can follow all the events money-wise, and you can see the ripples that they have, right? It's interesting. But I mean, where we're at now, compared to like where we were years ago, is just, it's night and day. It's crazy. I don't think we have anything to worry about. I'm not worried. I haven't been. Yeah, no, I know you're not, Plaza. I'm just looking at some of the stuff on my app. So on mine, we're still sitting at 4280 on the crypto.com exchange. You mean how to do the mining? I mean, mining is honestly really easy. So like with unmineable, right? That's the one that I use mostly. So these are all the different things that you can mine with unmineable, right? So you're essentially mining Ethereum, and then you can trade it in and have it directly go in as these different cryptos. So all you do is just download. You just download it. It's just a program, and then what it'll do is it'll have you download the Phoenix miner too. So, you know, the Phoenix miner is not too big of a deal. It's just an extra support program for mining. But yeah, I mean, it's super easy. And then once you get the program installed, you want to download. So what I use is MSI Afterburner. And what MSI Afterburner is it speeds up your BIOS. So what it does is it speeds up your hash rate for mining. So it overclocks your video card as well as your CPU, or you can do one or the other, or you can do both. And that just gives you a higher hash rate when you're mining. And the higher your hash rate is, the more that you mine at a single time. No, so like when you're doing the mining, you're just entering the wallet address that you want the whatever you mine to go into, right? So like I use Exodus for my mining rig that I have right here. And what I've been mining recently is Shiba. I just kind of switch off and go through different ones, right? But they just added, they got Matic added, so you can mine Matic, which is awesome. I mean, if you're staking AMP on another site, you have to transfer it to the site, right? You mean the exchange, right? Yeah, you have to do that. Like if I wanted to, when I want to get my Dogecoins onto Gemini to stake for the 7.2 or 4 or whatever the hell it is, I have to move them to that exchange to do it. So you're essentially granting custody to the exchange while you're staking. Yeah. Yeah, I get you. Because anytime you stake, it's like they're custodially holding it, right? For that certain period of time. So it's out of your hands. You can't touch it if you're staking it at that level, right? Which most of them want, because then it shows up on their books. It's not super instant, but it's pretty quick. It takes a few minutes sometimes. It just depends. With AMP, it's usually fairly quick, but I don't know. I've only made a few AMP transfers, but it's fairly quick. It's not super quick. I'll tell you that. Nothing's super quick right now in crypto. They're working on it. I think the fastest transactions I've had moving around is probably Cardano, to be honest with you. Moving ADA off of my Coinbase to my crypto.com was probably the fastest transfer I've ever seen. I'm just gonna be bluntly honest with you. That was by far the fastest transfer I've seen. I was like, holy shit, that was quick. Doge usually takes 5-10 minutes sometimes, but that's what they're working on. So it's just a matter of time, right? Yeah, I mean, you know, do research, make sure that the exchange is good and that you're not going to get, you know, have any issues. It's the best thing to do. I'm just going to add this to my favorites so I can pull it up more often. But yeah, like, I mean, look at all these different coins and tokens that you can mine on here. It's amazing, actually, if you think about it. Because what they do is you're mining Ethereum, right? And so they'll pay you out in these different ones, which is brilliant. And the fact that they're adding Matic now, Solana, 1inch, Chiz, Holo, like that's good stuff, you know. And Shiva's new too. So I mean, look at that's a lot of options, right? I think it's a good idea to use this, and you just get paid out directly with it. You don't have to transfer anything. It just directly goes to your wallet when you hit the certain, like, there's a threshold of your payout depending on your hash rate. So the higher your hash rate is, the bigger your payout would be, right? So if you're running like a massive rig with like 12 GPUs, you know, you're gonna get paid out at like probably like $1 billion for SHIB or something, right? Something crazy like that, right? That's gonna be a lot of money. It just depends. I think they have the minimum and then they have like a maximum. You can set it too when you want to get paid out into your wallet. So like for me, mining SHIB, I think it's like 60 million is when I get a payout, which is kind of crazy because it's a couple bucks. Yeah, you can do that too. You can always transfer it back. Just know you're going to incur a fee anytime you do that, right? You're going to incur a fee and then technically taxes, but technically not. That's a gray area, right? Anytime you transfer from a coin to a coin or a token to a coin or whatever, that's considered like almost a sale. So transferring out is technically not, but I think it depends on what exchange you're on. I don't fully understand how that works. Yeah, I mean, technically I could do it on here. I really don't want to, but I could. I'll just fucking download it. Why not? I'll just download it so you can see. I just won't mind like a lot, right? And it'll immediately like probably tank my stream. So no, that's fine. I just wanted to download it and see if it'll work on this machine because I've never used it on this one. It's looking like it's opening like it will. Yeah. So okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Real quick, just for you, just so you can see it. I'm gonna create a new scene, and it's gonna be called desktop. Okay. And give me 1 second. What do you mean what's happened to Doge? Doge is fine. You don't need to worry about Doge. Where is the desktop capture? Just give me a second. I'm doing this real quick. There we go. Display capture. Add source. There we go. Now I just gotta shrink it. So give me a second. Look, everybody comes in here asking, what happened to Doge? Dude, it's been getting shorted and stuff like that. It's fine. It'll be cool. Just chillax. Sorry, I'm just trying to spread this out. You don't need to be seeing my whole fucking desktop. Okay, so you can see that, right? So this is the program right here, right? When you open it up, so all I did was just install it. Very simple, right? Basically, it's just sitting on my desktop, unminable miner. It's 1.010 beta, and then so you can select CPU or GPU. You always want to do GPU if you have a good graphics card. Like on this computer, I do have a good one. Then you go to next, and then you choose which you want to mine, right? So you can mine whatever. You can do Tether, you can do Uniswap, Tron, Sushi, Metal, Litecoin, Lisk, Chainlink. I mean, you can do a lot of stuff on this one. DogeCoin. This is the one that I mine Dogecoin on a lot. So I would just select that. I would go and get my wallet address from my wallet on here or another wallet that I want to get it. I would put it in here. I don't want to do that right now because that, and then you just hit start and it goes. It's literally that simple. And then like I said, you can get MSI Afterburner and you can overclock your video card and whatnot. And it's that easy. And then it just runs in the background. So yeah. Oops, wrong window. But yeah, that's how easy it is. I'm telling you, it's super, super easy. To the point where it's almost like goofy how easy it is. Just know that it will cut the lifespan of your video card and or your CPU in half by mining a lot on it. And just expect that to eventually burn your computer out. It's very taxing on video cards. And you have to have, your internet speed. The better your internet speed, it helps a little bit too sometimes. But it's mainly GPU, computational power. So, yeah. And Hursty, I get it, like what you're saying. But look, like when Bitcoin went down, everything went down, right? So, like we're looking at the overall what happened to Bitcoin, right? And if we go and look at the overall what happened to Dogecoin, it's pretty freaking similar, right? It's been having a bigger comeback right now, but that's only because Doge has been getting shorted recently. So yeah, it's very taxing on your PC. It will kill your PC, guaranteed. That's why I do it on older gaming computers, and I just change up the video cards. You mean exchanges, right? That's what you're talking about? Like the only site that you can stake on that I've even attempted to mess with is on Shiba Swap. So here's the Shiba Swap website. So you can go to use Shiba Swap, right? But they're all exchanges. You got to think of it as an exchange. Don't think of it as like a site, okay? Because you can confuse people that way. But so like yeah. So now you're looking at Sheeb, Leash, Bone, how much money is invested in it. This is the different liquidity, fetch, stake tokens, bury essentially. And then you can just go to it, and then you can hook your wallet up to the website. And people are doing it. A lot of people. But I personally have not. I just have mine staking on crypto.com. But from what I heard, is that they're getting listed on Binance. So let's see. I heard they're getting listed on Binance. That's what I heard. And Del Toro. eToro, sorry. That was the same site that does a lot of stocks. So eToro is listing them, and see, look. Yeah. Big moves for Sheeb. They've been doing tournaments in gaming too. So I don't know if you noticed that. I've been following this. So they're doing tournaments in Rocket League, which is awesome. $10,000 prizes. 8 teams involved. So it's really, really cool. So they've been pushing that, which I think is great. Super awesome. You know, if you're actually helping out like the gaming community, power to you. Do we need 20 different tokens doing the same thing? No. But if it's working and they're getting stuff done, super. I don't have anything bad to say about it. I just think some of the people in the community are kind of assholes, right? Some of them are good and some of them are assholes. But look, we just hit 2,000 followers, so fucking awesome. I'm gonna tweet out about that. Watch, I'm gonna tweet out about it and a couple people are gonna unfollow me. I think that's gonna be funny, but whatever. Do. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. So yeah, that's where we're at, right? I think it's good. So I think we're gonna test this for a little bit, but man, I see some great things happening here in a couple weeks, if not a week or so. I think we're gonna be good. I don't think we have anything to worry about. It looks like AMC is coming down a hair bit. It's at 38.93. 38.90. Yeah, they're just trying to get it down. It's not gonna happen. I saw way more buy orders in than sell orders, so not a big deal. But I'm glad that I could show you on stream how easy it really is to mine on the computers. Really is truly easy. I just wouldn't want to burn this PC out, my GPU. Video cards are a bitch to get right now, like a massive bitch. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But I think I'm gonna call it. And there's nothing really more to talk about in crypto. So you know what that means. That means it's enlisted time. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been wanting to play this all yesterday, and I just didn't feel good enough to do it. So what I'm going to do is shut the stream down real quick and restart it back with enlisted going. And we can obviously still talk about crypto if you have questions, always. Yeah, and if you're gonna go to sleep, do your thing. But yeah, we're gonna start enlisted. So I'll be right back in 2 seconds. I just gotta rename the stream and stop the multi.